be innovative and be okay to fail. Now this is pretty obvious. A lot of people say be innovative and be okay to fail, but a lot of times it stops at being innovative. It stops at just, we need to be innovative. Let's go, let's be innovative, let's do it, right? And the second part is super important because it's a cultural thing. If within the culture of your clubs, of your districts, it's not okay to fail. If you've tried something and status quo has dictated that, like, if you fail, you were never moving up. You were never going to become district governor. You were never going to be anybody in Rotary because you didn't sign the email correctly. The thing is that we have to be okay with failure. One little quick story about this. So, rolling with Rotary was something mentioned earlier on. It was a project that was created on the fly, very quickly, moved, just like Andy says. Sometimes you just need to say yes and move forward and see how it goes and make quick decisions. Rotary International invited a number of us to Chicago. They were looking for young professionals. And at the time, I was much younger and much more handsome at that time. But they were asking for young professionals to sign up. And what they did was I got chosen, so did a bunch of folks in this photo. And we got chosen to go out to Chicago. They had this beautiful summit. They had all these whiteboards on the side, and colors everywhere. There was a lot of brainstorming about these young professional stuff. We made a lot of great connections. It's cool. In fact, one of them, Kathy Fay, will be presenting at International Convention. Or her with me, I don't know, whatever, you get the point. She invited us to her district conference, and she says, I don't want any past district governors to present. I want all of just the young professionals to present. No tradition, all of the tradition, all the status quo goes out the window and let y'all present. We had a blast. We drank a lot, but we had a blast. And along the way, an idea came to us. We were driving back to the airport. We're like, okay, what else can we do? This has been so much fun. Oh my gosh. And one of us was like, what if we just quit our jobs and just promoted Rotary all the time? And the other person was like, yeah, why don't we do that? Yeah. And then, so, great idea, right? Have no money to do anything. Well, lo and behold, the district governor, Kathy Fay at the time, she was friends with Jennifer Jones. And we reached out to Jennifer and was like, hey, Jennifer, we have a wild idea. We want to quit our jobs and promote Rotary for like an entire year. She's like, let's try it for a week. And so, but what she did was she helped finance this whole pep rally to go across the United States to promote Rotary by connecting with various Rotary clubs, by doing service projects, and allowing the media to track us across the country while we did it. We did 2 tours of this. And it was all because we were wild enough to come up with an idea, but it took the leadership and the trust of Jennifer Jones to come up with like 3 people she barely knew. She knew Kathy, and said, yeah, try it, see what happens. And then Jennifer was actually on the bus with us for most of our adventures. So this is an example of a time where a random idea could have been squashed. All of our excitement could have been squashed. I might not even be standing in front of you because of if that was just said no. But her leadership is like, hey, it might fail. If it does, so what? We'll figure it out. Let's just make it happen and have a good time along the way. It is our responsibility as Rotarians, as leaders in your club, future leaders of your club, current leaders of your club, to be okay to fail but continue to be innovative. When you're in the process of trying to being innovative and you hit a roadblock, I've heard from a couple leaders in this community. Some of these leaders are able to say, hey, there's a roadblock, whatever, we'll make it happen. And how do you get it done is the reason why we can ask for leaders within Rotary to assist. One of the things that Dave said about the whole project for this, and I saw a hand come up, I'll answer that in 1 second, about this whole project. Dave went to Andy, hopefully I'm not sharing with you don't want me to tell, but Dave went to Andy and was like, Andy, I got this cool idea. Can I go ahead and do it? Let's make everyone do it. And Andy's like, yeah, okay. Let's look at that. just like Jennifer Jones, the leadership took in, and Andy was like, okay, if we do this at the district level, we might run into some roadblocks. So let's shift this in a way and guided the project in a manner that was able to navigate the system in a more effective way. When we run into the roadblocks that are just like, you run into silence. When you run into the fact you get to those roadblocks from being an innovative point of view, because that's what you're going to have happen. If you're innovative, you're going to run into somebody that says, no, it's stupid, or silence. And it takes the folks in leadership. And if you're in leadership, that is your role to enable the folks who are not able to make those things happen. You have to own it yourself? No. Andy didn't run it. Andy empowered Dave to go ahead and handle it and eliminated roadblocks along the way. Okay? So, be innovative, be okay to fail, and don't be afraid to reach out to the Andys of the world, to the Daves of the world, to everyone else who's in a leadership position to make some of those things go away. Because maybe your idea is terrible. Hold on. Maybe your idea is terrible now, okay? You might have a bad idea. But you might also have a really brilliant one. And that takes leadership to an order to enable it.